Yes, good girl. Come on. Look, you want to be part of the video? Come on. Can you jump up? You can get that. Come on. Come on. Get it. Since when? Go get it. Go get it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Good girl. Come on. You can do it. Little bitch didn't want to be in my video today. I'll fix that. Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's been a few weeks since I dropped a video. Lots of stuff going on. As you can see, the rack's a little more empty, and don't worry, I didn't blow up the DAC. I sold the PS Audio DAC last week through a good friend of mine in the club. He got me a good price for it. He didn't buy it, but he sold it for me. The reason for that is I modified the DAC in the Sony 1000ES, and $50 worth of mods. Well, I wouldn't even say that much. The op amps were samples from TI, but you didn't hear that. It sounded pretty good. I changed the op amps, changed the capacitors, and also the resistors and all that. I got rid of those cheesy stand-up resistors and things, but the op amps and the sonic caps in the signal path made the biggest difference. It's a little more darker, but it's not as wimpy as it used to be. So the DAC stays, the modification stays, and you guys saw the last video about the Cornwall 4s. Well, that will be a reality. I put a deposit down thanks to the selling of that DAC. I managed to put the deposit down on a pair of black Cornwall 4s. Originally I was going to go with like the American walnut or whatever, the oak finishes, or the, all that stuff, but I like black. What can I tell you? I like black equipment. I like black speakers. It's me. Plus, it's my wife's favorite color too. So there you go. So yeah, the Cornwall 4s. It's not going to happen right away. The guy was very good. He took a deposit on it, and yeah, they're not brand new. Because if I could afford brand new, I would. But so that's happening. The DAC is done. I didn't blow it up. Thank God. I also learned that they're not making these Sonys anymore, so I'm actually going to hunt down some either new old stock. Doesn't matter if they're 1000 ESs or 1100 ESs, it's the same shit. And just keep them, because God forbid, what happened to the bat happens to that Sony, and I need another one. So yeah, that stuff's going on right now. This little clusterfuck over here is, I stacked the 901s a couple of weekends ago and tweaked the bass. I had a 50 and 60 hertz room nulls in here. I fixed that. But the beauty when you stack them is you can get bass really like almost subwoofer levels, right? But it muddies up the upper mid-range and the treble, So there's that issue. So I put I took the planars from my open baffle debaccles, put one in between here and put one in the back, and I drive the tweeters with the Sony AVR. I drive the 901's full range with the Class D amp, the one that's in the wooden box with the mini DSP. And it sounded pretty good. I'm not going to complain, but the pain in the ass is I've got two independent volumes that I got to keep adjusting by ear. Right, so for some music I turn it down, some music I turn it up, and I'm like, okay. So then I had the brain fart this afternoon. I says, well, I'm going to drop a video, and one of the topics is, yeah, I sold the PS Audio DAC, I modified the Sony DAC. So what else am I going to talk about? Well, the stacked 901s, okay, and its limitations. So I said, why don't I get the KEFs out and just put a low-pass filter on the 901s and make them like little subwoofers. And it worked. You're not going to get, I shouldn't say earth-shattering bass, but good bass. And you figure, well, they're so high up off the ground. Well, they designed these things to go down to 30 hertz to begin with. Add a little bit of room gain, it'll go a little lower. So it worked. It didn't muddy up the R3s. You know, I blended it in nicely so you don't really know the subs are there until the bass kicks in. So that's going to be for the next little while. Future plan is this equipment rack is going in the kitchen once my wife's kitchen is done. That goes in the kitchen. That's going to be like her little knickknacks and stuff like that. I'm punching a hole in the wall and going to put all the equipment in there. I'll keep a shelf or two empty for, you know, swapping any equipment out. Everything gets vented out into the garage, right? So so I don't have to worry about it if I get any tube equipment in the future that I'm gonna, you know, set the wall on fire or some fucking thing like that. Anyhow, so all that's gonna happen in the next few months, but definitely the Cornwall 4s will be, if everything goes good, by the end of March. Again, it's tax time and I'm gonna be getting a really nice return. Thank you, IRS. So, but part of that nice return, there's going to be some other things, you know, non-stereo related that are going to happen, you know. So all that good stuff is going on. There was a topic that was on my head. Now, okay, everybody and their fucking brother saw the Danny Ritchie and Ron Burnett video, okay? The smart YouTubers are avoiding it like the plague, right? The rest of us that, you know, need the views and need the clicks, we're going to talk about it. I'm just a Mickey Mouse YouTuber. I'm grateful for the almost 800 subscribers that I got right now, and everybody keeps, you know, adding on to it every week, and I think it's awesome. And my personal attitude is, I have a low subscriber rate because I don't do equipment reviews anymore. I mean, I did when, and again, I'm getting there, okay? Hear me out. I don't do equipment reviews. I just talk about crap, right? But a lot of the other YouTubers were doing the same thing. What I have noticed, my little Mickey Mouse YouTube channel, I think, is being watched by some of the big guys out there. Because today, Audio Excellence Canada, not Philip, the other dude, he said the word asshole. I was so proud. I felt like a really proud Canadian at that point, right? Damn it, I can't remember his name now. Age, man. Age will do that to you. Anyways, he knows who I'm talking about, and you guys know who I'm talking about. And, but, you know, it's kind of cool when I see other YouTubers, all of a sudden they'll let out a F-bomb here and a S-bomb over there and a a-hole over here. I kind of think that I'm responsible for that. I'll put it right out there now. And, you know, and that's thanks in part to my family, who said my videos were really fucking boring for the first little while. I mean, I showed a friend of mine my video on the Denafrips versus PS Audio, and he said, wow, you're so well behaved and you did that all in 7 minutes, and it's my biggest viewing video on my channel. And I got Ron to thank for that, okay? I got Ron to thank for the LS50 Metas. I got Ron to thank, I guess, for the, what the hell were those funky looking speakers, guys? You know the ones I'm talking about, they look like this. It'll come to me. Those ones were the ones I had to use the mini DSP on, and that was the review that I kind of dropped after Ron moved to Texas, because, oh well. But yeah, I'm not going to shit on the guy. Why would I? All right? The guy helped my channel, okay? I don't get it, you know. Now, Danny Ritchie, on the other hand, I have issues, okay? I have issues because a friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name, I'm not going to say the speakers that he took down that he sent down to Danny Ritchie's and got back, but one thing I wish he would say in his videos is they don't reassemble the speakers, they don't do listening tests on the speakers. It's basically, you send us the speakers because they have to measure the driver's characteristics. And when he does his simulations, he puts it in the computer, he puts all the nice parts in, and he flattens out the response, but there's no listening test done until the end user gets it home. Now, I'm not a speaker designer, although I pretend to play one on YouTube, right? But a lot of these guys, they voice the speakers and they'll start out with a flat response, but then they'll purposely bump it here, put a dip in there because of the market that the speakers are going to sell to, the type of music typically that they expect the speakers to be sold to, and there's a price point, right? And mind you, Danny Ritchie just did one on the KLH Model 5 where he said nothing's got to get changed. Upgrade the parts, but keep the same values, but you know, you don't need to change anything. It ain't broken, don't try to fix it. Well, I don't know how broken or unbroken the other speakers were, right? Because I haven't heard them, right? That's my son washing the car. Hopefully that doesn't get into the video too much. So anyways, I saw the videos and him calling out reviewers, and I got to agree with him. Not because of Ron, but I grew up in the 1980s, the 1990s, and obviously the 2000s, right? I know I've repeated this 1,000 times on this channel. Audio magazine and stereo review were my Bibles. Not Stereophile, not the Absolute Sound. By the way, Dick Olsher's review on Leo's Little Monoblocks did a lot of good. I'll just leave it there. Hey guys, if you hear that rumble, that's my son's Camaro. That's the video that I haven't dropped yet. Let's listen to that for a minute. Ah, yeah. One of these days that fucking TV's gonna fall off the wall. Anyhow. Sorry guys, I went off on a tangent. I'll do some editing after. So, I saw the video, and it's true. I like watching the older guys. Okay, I like watching Paul McGowan. You know, I like even Steve Guttenberg, right? You know, because I read a lot of Steve's stuff, you know, in the early 2000s, and his reviews he did not just on CNET, but he used to be a magazine contributor. And the short little while where once in a while I'd pick up a Stereophile, yeah, his name would be on a couple of reviews, but he also did a lot of home theater stuff, right? So, anyhow, so I like mostly the older guys. Now, Sean from Zero Fidelity, you love him or you hate him, at least he puts it out there, man. That's why he's got the following that he's got, right? Thomas, we're friends on the phone. He was another boost to my channel, so I'm not going to talk shit about him. Plus, he's Canadian, eh? All Canadians are nice except me, of course. So, and another one, I guess he called out, well, Jay in Toronto there, I don't know. I saw their rebuttal and the brown guy Tujan, and my comment got dropped because I think I said something about all of us Browns got to stick together or some fucking thing, but oops. Oh, and then I did meant to make a comment though that I have no issues with pay to play, whether it's a YouTuber or magazine reviewer. Whatever it takes to get the information out there, at the end of the day, it's your wallet and my wallet that does the spending, right? You buy shit on Amazon because a YouTube reviewer suggested you buy it. It doesn't matter if it's Randy, me, or anybody fucking else, right? You don't like it, you send it back. Fuck, what did you lose? You didn't lose your time, right? Amazon ain't going to charge you to ship it back, right? You know, now when you're buying shit that's in the thousands of dollars and it's a heavy amplifier and you get it home and you don't like it, I can understand you being pissed about that. But a pair of bookshelf speakers, even, you know, stuff like this, you know, tower speakers, again, it's a leap of faith, you know. So yeah, like I said, I put my comment section in there on Jay and Tujan's rebuttal there, and Tujan reminds me a lot of the Indian kids I grew up in. See, I wasn't a Toronto boy like them, right? And guys, yeah, I know it's going to be a long video. I'm going to do some editing, but them Toronto Browns, they're not like us Hamilton Browns, man. They all got an attitude, okay? So when I saw Tujan's things and what he was saying about Danny, it's fun. I didn't really grow up around kids like that because I was of the older generation, smarter, wiser, So, but yeah, that whole condescension and shit like that, I've seen that in the generation that came up behind me. It wasn't in audio, it was in schooling or just life in general. So I can't really blame Tujan so much as it's that generation. And now Jay, on the other hand, yeah, he's got seasoned ears, blah, blah, blah. His channel, again, you either like his content or you don't. There's no in between, right? For me anyways. Once in a while he'll do a video that I'm like, yeah, man, you got it right, fucking A. And other videos it's like, he comes across as a condescending prick. I'm sorry, I'm a little YouTuber here, right? I barely got 1,000 subscribers, but guess what? Through this channel, some of the people I've helped out for free, of course, right? I'd always tell you guys, if I did get something in the review, don't buy the fucking thing because I said so. No. And a lot of the other reviewers are like that too, especially like Andrew Robinson, who I got a huge respect for because it's almost like he's the guy everybody loves to hate, and I don't get it, right? When his wife gets involved in the videos, I'll sit there and I'll listen to it because it's a perspective that's different, right? On the same channel. Right? And so, I don't know, guys. Throw some stuff down in the comments section, but I didn't really take any offense to the video, right? And I'm not going to shit on Ron, but getting back to Danny Ritchie, I really wish he would assemble the crossovers, put them in the cabinets, and ship them back to the customers because there's a lot of people like my friend who are technically challenged that didn't expect that, and he even offered to pay extra for Danny's crew to put it together, assemble it, and then he'd take them back. It didn't happen. They were too busy or something. At the club here, one of the guys, very knowledgeable DIY guy, he's our DIY guru, makes me look like nothing. He put the crossover together properly, gave everything to our friend, and our friend managed to cobble his way, put everything back together, and the speakers worked. I'm not going to say which speakers they were or who the guy was because that's just not cool. So that's my big beef against Danny Ritchie's. It's not about his attitude or come down and hear my stuff. And a lot of you kids gotta. I was right there with him on that. That there's a lot of these kids that are doing these YouTube channels. They got 1,000 times following than I do. But it's hard for a guy my age to watch them. And maybe it's a generational thing, right? I know my own devices, Dave. He did his rebuttal, right? There was an English guy that did a rebuttal. So everybody's got a different point of view, right? Pros and cons, hates, not hates. But when it comes to pay to play, and this is the thing, I put it in the comments section on Jay's channel. Why did I pick on Jay's channel? Because they put the content out there, right? I wasn't expecting my comment to get deleted, and I put it out there. I says, I don't care, and I'm saying this second time in the video, pay me to play? Fuck, I'll tell you guys. But if there's NDAs and shit like that, but my channel is not about that. I don't do NDAs. Nobody's going to come knocking on my door and say, hey, Joe, here's a pair of fucking Clipshorns. Go ahead and review them and keep them in your house for a year or so. Ain't going to happen. Anything that you see in my room, it's all bought and paid for, And guys, what else can I tell you? Just like I said, I'm stoked. The Cornwalls will be here hopefully in the next month or so. Orchard Audio Amp, I did get the chips in. They're down. I just got 6 more chips to get in. I might actually bow down to the Chinese and pay triple price for them just to get the build done and over with. No short circuits on it, though. I checked it with my meter, so they're not going up in smoke. Like I said, guys, that's all I've got. Things are happening over here. Things are going to be changing. I might actually make this place, instead of a lab, make it into a living room. My wife will be happy. Other than that, guys, take care. Thanks again for your support. And, throw your comments down if I pissed you off. If I didn't piss you off, tell me to go fuck myself in the comments section. I won't delete it. You know? Take care, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I did this video stone sober. Woohoo! All right, guys. Have a good one. Can you say have a good one? Yes. Yes, my little audiophile doggy. Yes, you're good, girl. Yes, you are. Okay, go.